one change in your lifestyle, one small change in your lifestyle, that if you made it, would reduce your risk of heart attack, reduce your risk of diabetes, reduce your risk of colon cancer, of stroke, obesity. It would improve your concentration. It would help you improve your memory. It would reduce your overall risk of death. It would improve your immune system. If I get you to do that one thing, would you be interested? I made that change 5 years ago with my family, and since I'm absolutely not a morning person, I think if we can do it, anybody can do it. And the reason that we did it, with all the benefits I'm going to share with you today, what I want to talk to you about is why you should eat breakfast every day. There was a study that Harvard published in August 21st, 2006 that talked about adults who had lost 30 pounds or more and kept it off for over a year. Over 90% of those people ate breakfast every day. Second statistic that was in the same article, the University of Massachusetts Medical School found that people who skipped breakfast on a regular basis were 4.5 times more likely to be obese than those who ate breakfast on a regular basis. Two studies I want to share some benefits with you from were published by Harvard. The results were a study of Harvard health professionals. It was a 6-year study, and the second was the Harvard nurses study. That was a 10-year study. And here's some of what they found were the benefits of eating breakfast on a regular basis. Heart attack risk in men was reduced by 41% and in women by 47%. Diabetes risk was reduced by 38%. Stroke was reduced by 31%, all from just eating breakfast every day. Some more to look at. The immune system was boosted 450%. There was a study conducted, and this was quoted in the Men's Health of January 2004. It was a study conducted in the Netherlands. They found that men who ate a 1,200 calorie breakfast, a big breakfast, which normally you'd think that that's counterindicated, what they found was they had a 450% increase in what's called gamma interferon, which is a natural antiviral agent that your body produces. And they also found that people who skipped, the men who skipped breakfast, had a 17% reduction in gamma interferon. So they were more likely to get sick, not less. As far back as January 1997, USA Today magazine found that eating breakfast jumpstarts the brain in the morning, and for both adults and children, improve their concentration and memory throughout the morning. Overall death was reduced by 17%. Go back and look at all those figures, all the things that you can avoid by eating breakfast regularly, but that was the one that jumps out at me. You can reduce your overall risk of death simply by eating breakfast on a regular basis. So, what do you have to eat? Those are all the good things you can get. What do you have to do about it? Well, the good news is it's pretty easy. This is the new food pyramid that the Department of Agriculture released in 2005. It replaced the old one that you see up on the right-hand side. Notice that the old one had, the different food groups all based in grains, and as we've learned through since that time when this was released in the early 90s, eating a lot of carbohydrates is not necessarily a good thing. So this is a different approach in that it breaks up the different food groups and has recommended servings for each one. Okay? Here's the big surprise for me when I first started researching this. It's really about cereal more than anything else. Okay? It's the key. And really the two things to look at when you're choosing a cereal for breakfast is the content of fiber and personal preference. What do you like to eat? Because if you like it, you're going to eat it more often. What you want to shoot for is 1 to 2 servings of fiber each morning. And that's about 6 grams of fiber in cereals, which you want to shoot for. That's the biggest single indicator of how successful breakfast is going to be and if you're going to get the benefits that we talked about earlier. Okay? So, once you get past that, then you move into fruits. Okay? Again, 1 to 2 servings a day. And there's no bad fruit. It can be fresh, it can be frozen, it can be canned, but incorporate fruit into your breakfast along with your cereal, whether in it or as an addition to it. That's the next step. Then we talk about the milk. Ideally low-fat, 1% or skim milk on your cereal, pretty easy, but also low-fat cottage cheese or yogurt is another good source of that. Add that in there, 1 serving of that, and then 1 serving of lean meat added to that, so hams, bacons. Try and avoid processed meats if you can, but you want protein. Eggs are another great source of protein that go in there too. So, take all of that, put it together, and what you come up with is, if it isn't the most important meal of the day, it's certainly the one that has the most bang for the buck for the time that you invest. Go back and think about those benefits that we talked about. As little as 10 minutes a day for you or for your family can mean tremendous benefits in the long term from a health perspective. There's an article published in August 2006 from Harvard Children's Health, and what they found was, the quote that they gave was, that starting the day without breakfast was the equivalent of trying to leave your house and drive to work without making sure that you got gas in the tank. You know, your metabolism is at rest after a long period of sleep, and that infusion of nutrients first thing in the morning makes all the difference. So, I hope that by sharing with you the tremendous benefits that you can gain by eating breakfast on a regular basis, and how easy it is to get those benefits with the food groups, that I've persuaded you to consider that change in your lifestyle that my family